All right. Good morning, family and friends. I feel sorry for you actually because I'm like a toy poodle jacked up on Red Bull. Do you want to create real success in network marketing? I've created a roadmap for you. I'm going to tell you what it takes to make your dream a reality. And if you want to know what I'm doing beyond everything that I'm telling you today, stick around because I've got an amazing recruiting tool that will duplicate for you even if you're not recruiting. This morning, I am very blessed to have a category that I love. How many people watching want to have financial freedom and time freedom? Okay, here's the deal. I've got friends that make a whole lot of money, doctors, lawyers, very successful business people, but they have no time. Then I've got some friends and family that have a whole lot of time, but they have no money. I wanted to have both. I love freedom. I mean, think about this. Just picture it for a second. How would you like to wake up on Monday morning when you're done sleeping? Anybody like that? When your friends and family, your neighbors are rolling out to work, you can roll over if you want to. Anybody want to do that? Be a part of the 7-Eleven Club? Anybody ever heard of the 7-Eleven Club? You get up at 7, drink your coffee, watch your neighbors leave for work, and then you go back to bed until 11. That's the 7-Eleven Club. And then for once in your life, I remember when I would go to work and they'd say, Gene, if you're 2 minutes late more than twice, come to the office because we're going to dock your pay. We're going to tell you when you get a break, whether you want a break or not. We're going to tell you when you get lunch, whether you're hungry or not. And what was amazing is they could actually predict when I was going to be sick and how long I was going to be sick because they'd say, this is how many sick days you have. They dictated what I was worth. I didn't dictate what I was worth. I don't like that. I want to dictate what I'm worth. What about you? And then we have all the cool, fun stuff, whether it's, and to me, it's not the money. Once you get the money out of the way, it's the freedom I love. I love swinging by my office, Starbucks. You probably have a few of those in your area. I like going for walks in the middle of the day. I just love freedom. You can go to a regional event anywhere you want and call it a workation. You know, we're working, but it's a vacation. It's a tax write-off, but it's fun, right? So you do your little event, then you spend the rest of the time on the beach. Hey, get us the nicest suite they can get us on the water. And they're like, okay, well, how many days are you going to be there? And I was like, remember, we don't have a job. We don't know when we're coming home. Let's go until we're sick of the beach. So to me, that's time freedom. That's what I wanted. If you look at Robert Kiyosaki and if you look at his book, he said most people teach their kids go to school, get good grades, get a good job, and work for money. Wealthy people teach their children a little something different. They say, no, you want to develop assets that throw off cash and have money work for you. Who makes more money, the real estate mortgage broker or the agents, your boss or you? Because they understand we use leverage to create wealth, or we're being leveraged to create wealth. So, to do that, if you want to live a big dream, we build a big team. Does that sound good? Let's talk about how you build a big dream recruiting. Recruiting is the lifeblood of your business. Every organization will grow to maturity. That's what the late billionaire Paul Meyer used to always say. He said every organization will grow to maturity, start to level off, and then start to decline. Every organization. I don't care if it's McDonald's starts hiring, what's going to happen? They're going to go out of business. If my church stops bringing new people into the church, what's going to happen? People get sick, people get upset with someone, people leave. Every organization, that new blood is the lifeblood. Let me just say this. If your income depends just on us, do you know what that's called? Scary. Seriously. My dad was one of the really good businessmen. He owned a plumbing shop. The same with me. I didn't own a shop. but I spent a large part of my life doing commercial and industrial plumbing. Finally, I went to the doctors for my back pain, and what do you think they all told me? Stop doing that kind of work. Today, your income stops because you can't go back to the labor job. You can't lift or do any of it. Can you guess what the number one stress becomes? Money. Because we found out how much money you have can be the difference between whether you live or die. So if we want to live a big dream, we want to have time freedom and financial freedom. Then we want to build a big team. The great thing about what I'm going to share with you is it's something that everybody on this call can do. All I do is focus on the system. We keep it real simple. Anybody ever seen the movie Hitch with Will Smith and Kevin James? Remember when he's teaching him how to dance and Kevin James is like, I don't need any help. I can do all this stuff. And he's doing a lot of fancy stuff. Remember that? And Will Smith smacks him and he says, no, no, no. This is where you live, right here. Remember? He goes, you don't need to make no pizza. The pizza's already been made. Do the Q-tip thing. When it comes to recruiting, it's a few simple things. It's a few simple things that you do over and over and over again. Master the what? Master the mundane, the basics. Basics create wealth, not fancy stuff. Fancy doesn't duplicate. When we talk about cultivating success, have you ever planted a garden? Before you harvest, after you plant the seeds, you cultivate the ground, water the seeds, then you reap the harvest. If you plant the seeds and want to go out the next day to harvest, we know something's wrong, right? We laugh at that. We know that that's not how it works. Why do we think business works any different? Some of you say, I can't believe this, Gene. I got in, I talked to 10 or 20 people, and nobody got in. Our company doesn't work. Has anybody said that to you? Well, nobody got in because recruiting is a process, not an event. You plant the seeds. People you've been talking to for 2 years, and finally, it was the right time they recruited themselves, not me. I know there'll be presidential directors in the company. Was it worth waiting 2 years to bring a presidential director into your organization? What would that generate for your family? It could be a retirement. But most people, here's what they do. They plant some seeds, they cultivate the ground, they may water the seeds a little bit, and then they say, no harvest, I'm out of here. Then somebody else comes along and reaps that harvest for them. The guy that sponsored me left the company. Now what happens? Well, with me, I stopped depending on him a long time ago. But there's full compression, so his upline gets the pay that he gave up on. One day, he might get back in and go to an event and see me up on stage. It's a journey. Some people make it quick, and for some, it takes time. Many quit before it happens. It's just understanding how the business really works. So think about that. How's that going to make me rich? Well, I get 10 of you doing 2 a day, and now that's 400 exposures in the marketplace. That's 20 recruits and 50 customers. Let's take it up a notch. If I get 100 of you doing the same thing, now we're looking at 4,000 exposures. That's 200 recruits and 500 customers. You follow me? A large group of people doing a few simple things over a consistent period of time. That's the secret. And it's not about being a superstar or knowing every detail about the product. It's about consistency and duplication. You can get in right away. All you do is sign up and start telling people about this and watch it duplicate. And the more you learn, the more you're going to grow your business. But don't stop and smell the roses and study everything right away. Start learning a little bit every day. Okay? It's not about how much you know. Trust me, that can actually hurt you. I don't care if you're in sales, if you've had success in the wellness industry, or if you've never made a penny in your life. Third-party tools level the playing field for everyone. Here's why. If you're a wellness expert, people look at you and say, Well, of course, you're going to have success. You know everything about this stuff. If you've been in sales, they'll say, well, of course, you're going to do great. You're a salesperson. And if you've been successful in business before, same thing. They'll assume your previous success is the reason you're doing well. But if you're like me and you've been financially challenged, that's a different story. People are going to say, Gene, you were broke when you started. You couldn't even make it through college. You were asking for handouts and applying for food stamps. What do you know about making money? That's why I don't try to convince anyone myself. I let the third party tools do the talking for me. Third party tools take you out of the equation. It's not about how great you are, it's about how great the system is. You send someone to the website, you give them a tool, and it does the work for you. It's duplicatable. If a dud can do it, a stud can too. 10 levels deep, 20 states away, it works the same. It's all about building something that anyone can plug into and it runs smoothly. You see, people overcomplicate things. They think they need to be experts or have all the answers. But that's not what builds a big business. What builds a big business is simplicity. If you're out there giving detailed presentations, explaining the science behind every ingredient, people are going to look at you and think, I can never do what you did. But if you hand them a tool, send them to a video and say, hey, check this out, they'll think, I can do that. It's about being duplicatable. The average person has to look at what you're doing and say, I can see myself doing this. And if they do, they'll jump in. Here's the thing. It's not about doing a lot all at once. You don't need to go out and talk to 50 people a day. It's about doing a little bit every single day. Remember, an apple a day keeps your doctor away. It doesn't say wait till Sunday and eat 7 apples. Your belly's going to hurt if you do that. You've got to do simple things consistently over time. Now that's how you build something big. And if you want to know what I'm doing that is helping me get more results, even when I'm not recruiting, while I'm sleeping, eating breakfast, exercising, taking a bath, or anything else that you do when you're not working your business, follow the link in the description. I put together some great opportunities that I'm recruiting for. And one of them, everybody should join the one that's free. No questions asked. Join it today and then find out how to promote it. Hey, guess what? You made it to the end of the video. I hope you left me a comment down below. I love to read them. Also, subscribe to my channel. I'm making more videos. If you want to order, there's a link in the description. If you want to earn money, there's a link for that too. Have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon.